We good now? Looks like it. All right. Okay. And this is the ultimate Chad page right here. Didn't realize you and Liam were streaming at the same time. Oh, Liam is streaming right now? I just got off of work. I just decided to turn my stream on because I felt like streaming, getting some watch time on my channel, or at least putting out some content. What's up, Changus? I'm just in chill mode right now. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just want to chill out. Just figured I'd turn it on. I didn't know that he was going to stream. I mean, he usually streams somewhere around this time, but not every night, so I don't know. I don't know. So. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, you know, like I just got off work a little while ago. I've been working really late nights, dude. Got so many projects to do, and like, so I'm getting hammered from all directions. My page progress has been really slow lately on this because I've been fucking putting in so many hours. Hey, what's up, Felix? Thanks, buddy. So I'm gonna trim out characters. This hyper contrast mask. Oh, hello. Just gonna do that, are we? Plus, man, my stomach's been fucked up all day, which sucks. Liam sounds sick. Oh yeah, he's been sick for a few days now. Don't know if he's got the coof or not. He jokingly says he did, but I don't know if he was serious or not. Hope he doesn't. And to be honest, I'm not going to stream very long. I got to get up early tomorrow and get into work at a reasonable time so I can finish out a couple of projects that I have pending that need to be out to some clients tomorrow. His stream just died? Oh no. Oops. It's just an empty StreamYard background? Oh, what the fuck? It's weird. See, like, I guess, I don't know if it's selfish of me to stream with OBS, because, you know, I can't invite anybody else in. I mean, I could, but I could do some funky things with Discord and Discord cameras and stuff. Like, I could put a sidebar over here with, like, camera previews from Discord, and we could join a Discord chat and all that. You know, do a Google Hangout. There's many different things. Like, sometimes I just want to, like, read chat and respond and not, you know, have any crosstalk or anything like that. He's back now. He probably just had a glitch, some kind of a connection. You know, because network traffic in Australia, I mean, those packets spin backwards. You know what I mean? You know, they're like not like normal network traffic. Hiccup. Aussie Wi-Fi sucks. So did you guys see all the footage of all the crazy shit that went on over in Wisconsin? It's happening, dude. It's getting crazy. Getting crazy. I was really confused by that situation, though. Like, it's amazing to me how so many different people see different things. Like, and how people immediately believe just complete misinformation. The 3 guys shot were convicted criminals. Well, actually, yes. Yeah, no, I was going to say there were only 2 guys shot, but yeah, no, there were 3 guys shot. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking killed, but yeah, there were 3 dudes who got shot. Yeah, and not like petty crimes, like sex offender stuff, like bad stuff. Like, holy shit, these guys are trash kind of convictions, charges and whatnot. So yeah, that was not good. But see, the thing that I found weird though, you know, I was watching Ricada earlier. I don't know if you were watching him too. He's still going, I think. He's probably either going or close to getting off. Well, they ain't gonna be offenders no more. Well, the one dude with the Glock might. He's gonna probably have trouble, you know, aiming and pointing a Glock going forward. But dude, had Kyle, like, had he hesitated even a second with that rifle shot to his arm, that dude could have blasted him. Like, it's crazy to me how rifle rounds are going off and how casually people are hanging out around it, like videoing the whole thing. Like, do they not realize that rifle rounds go hundreds of yards in a single direction? Like if he takes aim at somebody close to him and he's, you know, a half inch to the left or to the right, he may miss that body completely, and you may get shot unintentionally, crouched behind a car while you're trying to get video of the situation. Like, people are so casual with this. It was really weird to watch. Like, they felt safe almost, because they were like 30 feet away or 60 or 100 feet away. They felt safe, sort of, in a way. At least they acted like they did. Their commentary and all the different video angles. The thing that's most concerning to me, though, and this is something that it's just my conspiracy head, you know. Why was there a gun, or why was there a camera on Kyle the whole night, following him around? Like, why is there so much footage of him? There were more than half a dozen guys there that were armed with rifles. And there's literally, I saw 2 other clips where somebody other than Kyle was talking to the camera or being filmed. I don't get it. The mentality you must have to fight a guy with a gun with a skateboard. That dude that got shot with the skateboard, dumb. Absolutely dumb. And all the lies that they're saying about the situation. You know, like I said, he's a domestic terrorist. He's been radicalized by his parents and all this stuff. Bro, that guy had a medical kit on his shoulder, and he was there. He gave a statement saying, "I'm here to administer, you know, I'm an EMT, or I'm here to administer medical care to anybody who needs help, you know. And if someone needs help, I'm going into the line of fire. I'm going into harm's way to go help them." And so the crazy thing is he got cut off from the rest of the group somehow. Like that whole thing where Rosenbaum was chasing him and like threw like his grocery bag at him. And people say Molotov cocktail. Where's the fire? It wasn't a Molotov cocktail. Get out of here. It was a grocery bag that he was already carrying. He dropped it by one of the guys earlier, you know, when he was telling, "What, you gonna shoot me? Shoot me, blah blah blah, shoot me." You know, that when he was posturing, he had a grocery bag with him, and it, you know, I think it like had a 2-liter bottle in it or something. But that guy's got some of the worst charges. You know, like he's a sex offender. Like these people were literal trash. So, you know, some other people were trying to say like, well, you know, that kid got a gun and drove across state lines to someplace that wasn't, to a building that wasn't his, a business that wasn't his. Yeah, he did get his wish. He lives like a few miles away, and he lives near the border. Like, they make it sound like he premeditatedly got a weapon and traveled across state lines looking for trouble. Like, bro, he drove across town essentially, and it just happens to be in another state. You know, states connect, and some states, you don't even know when you pass into another state, except for, say, maybe a little sign that says, "Welcome to the state of Missouri." You're like, oh shit, we're in Missouri now. You know what I mean? Like, dude, the states are so close together over in the Northeast, like Connecticut, Delaware, fucking Rhode Island, and you know what I mean? Like Maryland, all those states are like, you know, Southern California is bigger than all those states put together, almost. You know what I mean? Imagine driving from Irvine through like Santa Ana up to Huntington Beach, Seal Beach, and then back around, going up to like, you know, Long Beach and across to Burbank, and then down through Glendora and back down. Dude, that's like 7 states over in the East. You know, so this thing about traveling across state lines is such a false narrative. Is it technically accurate? Yes. He did cross a state line. but he lives really close to the border, and he actually works on that street at one of those businesses. He was there earlier in the day with his mom fucking cleaning up graffiti. Like, they came back armed to help protect the structures. So to say, like, he was where he shouldn't have been, yes, he was. And you know, I'd said earlier to one of my friends, one of my IRL friends, I'm like, how sad is this state of affairs that, you know, 17-year-olds have more balls and feel like they need to protect the country at this point from fucking Marxists. Because these rioters, not all of them, their tactics are Marxist tactics. They're absorbing people into their movement, but like, and those people who are absorbed are not yet radicalized. A lot of them, they're just fucking following the parade, and then they fuck around and find out, as they say. I am extremely impressed, almost eerily so. And this leads into more of my conspiracy head. Like I had said, why the fuck was the camera following Kyle around and nobody else? He's the only minor that was among the group that we know of. And he ends up getting into the altercation and the shooting. Okay, so something's suspect here. Like, I'm really concerned that somehow he got caught out by himself. So there was a failure of leadership. Whomever was in control of the group or supposed to be in control of the group, somebody fucked up. Somebody failed. And I don't know who it was, but, you know, I saw a dude who was in tack gear giving everybody else commands and telling them to back up. Because when they were all posted out in front of the dealership or the gas station, I think is what it was, and people were kind of swarming around him, like, chatting with them and, like, you know, casually poking at them. He kept coming up behind them because they were kind of like slowly migrating outward from their position, like moving forward and fanning out, getting further and further apart. And honestly, that's part of the mob's tactics, is to get people isolated and separated, because when you got a bunch of shooters together, you got a bunch of people who are armed together, their field of fire is overlapping and very wide. Oh, it is very well organized. Yes, it seems like utter chaos, and a lot of it is, but the underlying movement and organization is definitely there. But, like, you could see them starting to get, like, not separated, but, like, expand away from their original position. And there was a dude going up behind him, grabbing him by the body armor and pulling him backward. Get back, you know, get back in line, go back to the line, you know, pulling the guys back as they were having these casual conversations that weren't heated, but they definitely weren't friendly. They were mildly confrontational. From what I could see, sounded that way. At least the tone of voice sounded that way. There was somebody who was directing them to stay together. Well, so time passes, and all of a sudden Kyle's by himself. Now, he said he's there to help people as a medic, as an EMT. I don't know if he's studying to be an EMT or what qualifies him to be a medic. If he just got appointed a medic, I don't know. I don't really know if we'll find all that out, but I'm sure some more details are going to come out. But somehow it went from them on the backside of the building coordinating with the police, and then the police throwing them some water bottles out of their armor, out of their armored vehicles, to people being assembled in the front of the building and protesters surrounding them, kind of getting behind them, getting near the building, you know, them getting dispersed slightly and having to be reassembled. So a lot of commotion, a lot of distraction. And that one dude, Rosenbaum, came up and was like, "What, you gonna shoot me?" Like getting in their face because they had weapons. "What, you gonna shoot me? Shoot me then. Shoot me then." You know, he's like puffing up because I'll whatever, blah, 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 I'll do whatever. You know, like the type of guy that's done time before, so he thinks he's fucking invincible. He doesn't. He thinks these guys are just fucking LARPing. Like these weapons aren't loaded or something. I don't know what the fuck was going through that guy's. This is gonna sound really bad. Mind. I can tell you one thing that went through his mind. A 223 went through his mind, probably at high speed and very, very rapidly. I think promptly left his mind on the opposite side of his head. So I don't think anything else is going to be going through his mind. Maybe a scalpel on an autopsy or something, but you know, that guy was definitely trash and won't be missed. I'm just sick of this shit, man. I'm utterly fucking disgusted by it. I'm sick of it. Because this is not about what they're saying it's about. This is not about racial justice. This is not about that anymore. Yeah. Well, the thing is, man, like, you absolutely have the right to protest, and I 100% support that. If you want to assemble, you want to have a demonstration to get your point across, I fully fucking support that. I'm a libertarian, dude. I believe in the Constitution 100%. But, this is a big but, you don't have the right to break windows, destroy property, burn buildings, and obstruct other people's liberty, like standing in the roadway. This tactic and this idea of intimidating people in their cars with weapons. Because people are bringing rifles and pistols and pointing them at people's vehicles, pointing them at them through the glass. That is no longer a protest. You've broken away from the spirit of protesting into something else. And I'm telling you what, man, there's gonna be a time whenever someone's gonna be in a car. I think we already had this happen. Someone's gonna be in a car, and they're gonna want to go this way, and there's gonna be people blocking. The person's gonna draw on them and point a gun at their window, and someone's gonna fucking shoot back because they got a gun pointed at them. They're gonna draw, and they're fucking gonna end that person. And at some point, it's like, yeah, I know, I remember it already happened. But it's like, at some point, you gotta say to yourself, like, when, you know, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. You know, you're not protesting. You are fucking rioting. You are intimidating civilian citizens and involving them in your bullshit. It absolutely does feel like an insurrection, and it is. These people that are rioting, they're part of a communist movement. They are shouting communist slogans and communist rhetoric. They're talking about ushering in a new system of communism for the people. Like, I've heard many quotes of people. And if you look at the website for the main movement there, I won't even say its name because I'm not going to dignify its fucking name. Their stated objective is to destroy the American idea of what the family unit is and usher in an age of communism. It's on their website. They straight out boldly say it. So, like, I watched some coverage of a protest going on in D.C. tonight because the Republican National, and they call McCarthy crazy. McCarthy was right. His tactics were bad and evil and destroyed a lot of lives, but as far as his assumptions and his theories, he was 100% right. that something was coming. So personally, I think Joseph McCarthy was a piece of shit, but as far as like his idea of what the commies were doing, you don't get more right than what he was saying. The fuck is this thing? Oh, it's behind this mask. Yeah, I'm just fucking through with it, dude. I'm so fucking done. I'm done. You've lost me as a sympathizer. I will always want racial equality for all people. Now this guy you're coloring can definitely beat a commie's ass. This guy is Axel. Axel is Felix's friend. So, Marco, the naked guy from leaning up against the tree outside here. This guy. This is Balvor before he transforms. He's obsessed with Robin. Like crazy obsessed with her. And so he's been following her. And so essentially, all the kids are looking out at like, this motherfucker. And Axel's like, well, fuck this guy. We're going to handle him right now. We're going to fucking handle him. So you guys all chat. You know, he's like, well, fuck this guy, you know. I'll take care of him right now. Did Odie also draw Axel based on his bod? I have no idea. No idea. So he goes out there, fucking unbuttons his shirt, fucking slings off his jacket and his fucking dress shirt. And then, you know, I'll be coloring this soon. Where's it at? This one? Yeah. Squares off with him and he's like, let's fucking do this, bro. So yeah, we're about to enter a big fucking fight scene. An epic one. A fucking epic fight scene. It's gonna be fun to color. Let's see. Felix's shorts are the wrong color here. No anti-alias. He does have a belt in there, but when I get down to size, you're not gonna see that shit. Matter of fact, I don't think I'm even gonna tone this stuff. Because the scale, dude, like the shading will just fucking obscure it. I'll probably render some Axel. No. Let's see, did we get panel borders? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, okay, so we need to do this. Alright. So we can get anti-alias back here. Honestly surprised California hasn't been in the news considering the amount of commies here. Yeah, dude, like I was thinking exactly the same thing. The only thing I can muster is maybe because the property values are high enough. Maybe. No idea. So where people don't fuck around? You know, the Speaker of the House does live in our state. Well, whatever that means. I don't know. I'm really considering buying a rifle. I don't own one. I own a Beretta, a 9mm. I'm considering either buying an AR-15 or what the fuck on the flats, or a shotgun. One of the two. Shotgun's probably better, and it's easier to, you know, there's less red tape when it comes to owning one. But I don't know. How hard is it to get a gun license here in Cali? Not that hard. Not as hard as you see. There's a lot of misinformation about guns. Like we hear, you know, California and all that stuff, and it's not. Buying a gun in California is buying the same as buying a gun in many other states. You got to go and you got to get a. Hey, what's up, Chuck? What's up, Simply Green? You got to get registered with the DOJ. So you got to take a test, right? A gun awareness test. And it's literally like you read a little pamphlet, and then you take like a multiple choice questionnaire. You go on a multiple choice quest in which you state your unequivocal desire to own a firearm. And then once you've completed your quest, you go back to the quest giver with said quest items, and you return it to them, and you say, "Give me my firearm." They say, "Nay, you must wait 2 weeks." And you're like, "All right then, put me down for a Glock." And then you gotta wait the wait period. You know. I don't think there's a waiting period on shotguns. I might be wrong. I don't know. I don't know all the rules for all this shit. Like I said, I got my Beretta over a decade ago. Well, what it's supposed to do is stave off crimes of passion. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be like people who are pissed who want to go buy a gun and commit a crime. They can't just go to the gun store and say, "Give me a gun. I need one right now." You know what I mean? So in order for you to purchase a firearm, you have to go there. You have to go to a gun store, like let's say fucking Turner's, right? Turner's, you pick the gun you want, you pay for it, you do your Department of Justice questionnaire. No waiting period on shotguns or rifles. Yes, I think you're right. Yeah, like long guns and shotguns have some sort of an exemption to that. But I know handguns, because they're small enough to conceal, right? And you can. It's much easier to use a handgun in a crime of passion because of its concealability and the fact you can sneak up on somebody with a freshly acquired handgun and commit your crime of passion. They put that waiting period on for sure. I had to wait a fucking while for my Beretta. That and certain handguns are just on back order right now. But, yeah, I'm considering getting a rifle. I think I need one. So as it is right now, I mean, I feel kind of underpowered having just my 9mm. So I can't stick a shotgun in my waistband, right? Well, I mean, you know, if I'm sticking it down the front, my dick's in the way. And no way it's going to fit in there. Yeah, good one, Scotsman. Oh, that's a dick joke right there. The fuck did I just do to that selection? Just fuck that selection up. Looking at a Mini 14. Ooh, when we get more Trump bucks. Yeah, see, are we gonna? My libertarian brother, do you want more Trump bucks? We're already feeling that shit. Go buy a taco. Go to Taco Bell. I know you're gonna say, why the fuck would I go to Taco Bell? I'm just saying, go get some fast food. Something you would normally buy for $5 is now $11. It's like, holy shit, we're already feeling this stuff. The inflation is already hitting. Granted, part of it might be supply chain. You know what I mean? Because trucking actually wasn't really hit very hard. Gas went super cheap. One of my best buds is a trucker, and he's like, dude, we're making a fuck ton right now. And when he became a trucker, like, he was super stoked about it. I'm like, now I said to him the other day, I'm like, did you ever think in your wildest dreams you would become a trucker and then save the world, literally save people's lives, keep the country running? He's like, never, brother, never in my wildest dreams. But that money was already gone. Oh yeah. Trump bucks, aka being paid the money that was stolen from you in the first place. Oh, yeah, dude. The reality of it is, man, our country is so broke right now. Like, you'll hear people say, well, who do we owe the money to? It's not that, dude. It's the currency is so fucking upside down, inflated, and debased. We're literally playing with fucking Play-Doh right now. The dollar is not worth anything. It really isn't. It's all a fucking lie right now. You can own guns in New Zealand, but it's very stringent. Requires a police interview, and self-defense is explicitly removed as a reason to own a firearm. Oh shit! So you can't like if you decide to draw a weapon and defend yourself, you are literally taking your life in your own hands, notwithstanding, surviving the altercation. Post-altercation, if you shoot somebody and you mortally wound them and they die, you're more than likely going to jail for a long time, probably. It's fucked, Simply Green. Feel for you, brother. The Fed allows the state to monetize its debt, which is fucking retarded. Yeah, dude. Well, I mean, I think we've talked about fractional reserve lending before, and that's fucking even crazier. Self-defense laws are also very stringent to the point they almost never apply. Yeah, I mean, dude. See, supposedly in America, you have the right to use lethal force when your life feels threatened. Well, unless you're a dude who's, in the midst of a Marxist protest where people are literally chasing him down, wanting to kill him, and you use deadly force, then you're a murderer. Because it fits the narrative that the media wants to portray. I think the future is cryptocurrency. I like it. I would love to see. That's the thing, Changus, man. Everything about it makes me go, huh. Interesting. But see, I don't trust. I know the blockchain technology is it's not unhackable. Those cryptocurrencies have been hacked before. So, and the thing is, Bitcoin has inflated and crashed twice already, like hard crash. So, the very idea that it's something that is derived from a computer and there's a limited supply somehow, and the algorithm works that all out, and all the pieces of Bitcoins and little nuggets of Bitcoin, or however it works out, those are all identified by numbers and they can't be replicated and this and that. Okay. Fractional lending blows my mind, and I understand it. Yeah, dude, fuck, we could talk for hours on that shit. But I just, anything that comes from a computer, it's hard for me to trust. You know what I mean? I just know how easy it is to write a backdoor to something. Anything that is infinite supply is ultimately valueless. Yes. Yes. That is like one of the first laws of economics. Supply and demand. Scarcity. Yeah. And that's what makes comic books valuable, because there's a limited print run. And yet, WoW gold is still more valuable than the Venezuelan dollar. You know? I should sell some WoW gold to some Venezuelans. I mean, I can earn 100,000 WoW gold in a couple hours. No joke, simple as pie. I tell you easily. I can't do it multiple weeks in a row because some of those things there's lockouts involved and other techniques, but suffice it to say, I can earn 100K in a day. It's hard grinding, but I can do it. And then, depending on what I have in my inventory to sell, I have every profession in the game. And with that, I can craft various mounts that fetch a pretty handsome price. But the market is really fucked right now because so many people are trying to get the Brutosaur, get the dinosaur auction house mount. Everybody's selling right now. People are in a mad dash to make 5 million gold, which is the price tag for that mount. I earned my 5 million gold over the course of about 3 months. I worked very hard at it. But now that grind is done and I have that mount forever. So, which will be very helpful. There's another mount that I'm in the middle of kind of farming for that I'm just holding off. There's a plan that drops. If you're an engineer, there's a plan that drops out of Motherlode, the Motherlode dungeon. And it's to craft them. I think it's to craft some goblin fucking vehicle. But in order to craft it, it's a fuck ton of resources. Like there's these mecha these mech jockeys get into these big mech suits, and like you have to kill the mech suit and then mine the body with the engineering scrapping function, you know what I mean, and get the spare parts. And you need a bunch of different materials from them, but they're not 100% drop. Like you need like these cog wheels or whatever. You need like 20 of them, and like you'll get one maybe every 2 dungeon runs. And it's on mythic difficulty only. So that means, if you kill even a single boss in that dungeon, you got to farm that dungeon without killing a boss, which you can skip every boss and go all the way to the end. The Motherlode is unique in that way. Oh God, Boyega wants to play Red Hood. Yeah. I think I saw that. I don't know, man. I see the way John Boyega was treated by Disney Lucasfilm, and I'm just like, how are the social justice warriors not like all up in Disney's asshole right now for the way that John Boyega was treated? Granted, he's a little bit of an SJW himself. He's got a little soy in him, but he definitely has he's got some balls. He's not full on soy. But like the way that they like removed him or made him super small on the fucking Star Wars poster in China. Every single scene he was in, he was a fucking clown. They had him like tripping over himself and always yelling for Rey, and like there's a montage of Finn eating the dirt, like getting tackled or knocked down or tripping and falling, just like all the comedy. And it's pretty sad, dude. When you take all the movies, all 3 movies that he was in. Yeah, no, he is. You know, he was. I saw him do that rally thing where he gave that speech. But that is kind of in vogue right now, right? You know, most celebrities are that. Just because he happens to be of that persuasion doesn't mean that he's not LARPing as well. He's not to be trusted. Yeah, I kind of don't trust him. I kind of don't trust him either. I do like him as an actor, though, which is, you know, which is sad because I have a real difficult time separating art from the artist. I have a very difficult time because I am an artist. So for me to have sympathy to artists who run their mouths a lot and are shitty to people and like, I don't know. I don't conduct myself that way, so I know it's possible. So when I see other artists do it, I'm just like, you miss me with that shit. I'll be over here doing what I want to do and being cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, not starting fights with people. But I don't know. All of these Hollywood types are fucking pampered pussies anyway. They really are. Fucking whiny crybabies. It's like, fuck, stop crying, you bitches. What, you're mad because somebody said something mean about you on the internet? Well, you kind of picked a bad vocation to want to be private whenever you literally pretend to be other people for a living and let people judge your performances. You can be a fantastic artist, but if you're a douchebag, I just don't care to do that type of mental gymnastics. Agreed. I agree. Oh, that shit needs to be that too. Oh, fuck. Did it hold? Oh, looky there. Looky fucking there. Oh, wait. That's not supposed to be that. That's a backpack. Okay. All right. So we'll fix that. Oh, that's the backpack color. Yeah, I don't have any patience for it anymore. Looking sexy? Thanks, man. Oh, contiguous. There we go. I can separate art from the artist, albeit it's difficult for me. But if they tell me to fuck off because I'm not an SJW, then I'm not buying your project. Fair. I think that's absolutely correct. The correct opinion to have. Absolutely correct opinion to have. All right, Axel. Bing. And your fucking purple eyes. Poiple. And Felix's eyes are this color. Bing. Perfect. Perfect. You win. Perfect. Let's see. We need to select all the skin on the page. Bing. I'd rather give money to people that want me as their customer. Yeah, dude. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Okay. And now we go to the skin mask and we paste onto the mask. Go like that. We paste onto the mask. And they want me dead, and I'm not about to fund my own murder. What's up, Kenneth? What up? What up? What up? What up? All right. I think we want to bing bong. Hello? Why are you not? Oh. Oh, that's why. Because part of the mask is still there. Yeah. Ah, okay. So we're gonna need to trace that out. I think actually that should be there. Because that's probably the negative space for the shirt. Hey, what's up, guy from Red Bank? What's going on? Good, good, good. Okay, I think Uber Chat is all set up now. Let's turn that palette off. Let's render some skin now. Oh, you know what? Let me add the... There's really only one head of hair in there. Let's go to the flats. Boom. I'm not going to render that shit. Nope. Go to the hair mask. Paste that on there. All right, we'll do Felix's head real quick. Is that right? That's not the right color blue. It's just a little dull. Okay. Unless there's grayscale over top of it. Ah, there it is, a little brighter. Okay. All right. So we're just going to follow the rendering. And we'll make a selection like that. It's a little bulbous. We'll sharpen that up. I got to do this type of background. I love the light touches. Some random nobody out of Nowheresville, Asia, may have saved my shot at launching in my IndieGOGO in October. Really? Well, dude, that's awesome. All right. It's good to hear, man. I think I want to trim that off. A little sharper. Yeah. We'll double up that spike a little bit. You know what? I'm just gonna meet it here with like a ribbon. Do that. There we go. So, bloody hype, Changus. Oh, you're talking to Changus. Changus. Chungus Khan. So right now we're just making a sequential selection, following the rendering of all the shadow shapes. This is Photoshop. This is Photoshop. There we go. And I am using a Wacom 16, Wacom Cintiq 16 inch. All right, let's get some ribbons at the top here. I think last time I was here on Twitch, I was using Clip Studio. Am I on Twitch right now? I'm on YouTube. Yeah. He psyched me out. I was like, wait a minute. I'm pretty sure I set up my encoder for YouTube tonight. I also stream on Twitch. The same channel name. Scotsman TV. You got me there for a second. It's like, wait a minute. I know I fucking set up YouTube. This is... I saw the stream preview. And I was like, yeah, that's YouTube. You do awesome work, though, Scotsman. Your color is always so vivid. Thank you, man. Well, my goal is, and I've said this many times, and to those who are new to the stream, my goal is to make XENOTYPE feel like stills out of an anime. That is my goal. I want it to feel like it's already an anime, and you're just looking at stills of Odie's work. So, the fuck does it keep doing that shit? There we go. Make one more shadow shape like that. And one on the underside here. Those ones are fine. Okay, so my technique for hair is I use the flats layer as my base color, right? Then I have a grouping of the folders on the side here, and these folders have solid color tiles, and they're set to both shadow or to multiply and linear dodge or screen, depending on the hair color itself. So this mask right here, I'm going to be filling with white to reveal this selection. And you notice the shadows just showed up, right? What is it, 50%? Should be at 100. So now all the shadows are defined. Now here's where the trick is. So the base color on the flats layer, we're going to make some sequential selections across the breadth of his head here. and they're going to be somewhat angular. They're not going to always marry up. They're only going to be parts. They're only going to be pieces of the highlight areas. There's going to be gaps. And we're going to make them jump across and connect in certain places. I don't know why that does that. Like that. And then we'll do another selection. It's going to be sharp at the top. And another one here. Oh. Point. Like this. Make that a little bit wider. You notice I'm kind of favoring one side. Of the highlight shape. And here I'm going to make a little bit like that. I'll go ahead and connect those two. Oops. Make that a little sharper. Make that a little ribbon, nice and short. I don't know why it's subtracting the center like that. Tool preset that's fucked up. I'm wondering now. It's already subtracting the overlap, which is annoying as shit. There's probably a properties tab I need to look at. We'll look at it later. Yeah, we'll look at it later. All right. I grab the top edge of this little ribbon here. And then that's a tiny little highlight, but it'll be there. All right, so now once we get a bunch of sequential selections across the top of his head, we're going to go to the highlights layer. And remember, we're only painting with black or white, on or off, right? So we're in normal mode brush, and it's going to be soft. And what are we at? Let's go 40% opacity. Now we're going to paint like in an arc, and we're going to reveal the highlight underneath. But the trick is we don't want it to be all the way, we want the top edges to be soft. Make our brush a little smaller and get a little band through the middle here. That's pure highlight. Now, if it's too much, if we want to take it back, we can make our brush big again, go down to lower opacity, and then shift from white to black, and then paint back across and erase a little bit of it. So painting on a mask with black or white is either reveal or hide. And there you go. So you get this stepped layering effect where now the ribbons of hair are sitting on top of other hair and there's a highlight sheen going across them. You could even go even further if you wanted to. See, what is screen looking like here? Screen's a little bit more muted. Linear dodge has a little tiny color shift, which I like. If you wanted to go even crazier, you can make another set, right? Fill its mask with black. And then across these highlights, go and grab a couple just little pin lights here. And then, you know, brush across those. Or even global fill them to add even another dimension of highlight. But I only do one. And that's really the only hair that I'm going to render. I'm not going to render these small figures back here. That would fuck up their shapes are too small. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of skin rendering here. I do skin the same way I do hair. So I have 4 layers here that are solid colored tiles in this folder that contains them. And every single piece of skin on this page is part of this mask. So anything that mask is, anything that's white on that mask, the skin colors will show through. So it's impossible for me to paint outside of that selectable area. It's all contained. So then if I go to this figure, go to the shadows layer, we're going to look at the light source real quick. Okay, so it's outside, it's raining, so there's going to be a lot of reflected light coming back up off the wet ground. So we see a shadow here at his feet, right, where the light is reflecting into the camera. So it's reasonable to say that there's going to be a shadow shape kind of going through the middle, and there will be under highlights. So we'll do a little tiny bit of that. So first off, we're going to make a selection right here where the sternocleidomastoid is, right? We're talking about anatomy. A little shadow shape there. A little shadow shape there. We're going to grab a little rim right there. We're going to leave a little bit of skin. We'll do a tiny bit of shadow there. This is all very small, so not much shadow going to be there. All right, we're just going to fill what we've got already. And looks like a hand pulling out of a sleeve there. So we're going to go grab a little bit like that, the thumb and the fingers. And we'll probably, let's see, get a little piece like that. Connect those two and actually do that. Yeah. And these are, again, these are really, really small, so you're not really going to notice them too much in print. Okay, so what we need here is we need a special effects layer. So in order to do a special effects layer, you want to make a new layer on top of the inks, right? Way at the top here. We're going to fill it with black. Boom, it's with black. Then we're going to set its blend mode to screen. Anything in screen mode, black is invisible. Anything in multiply mode, white is invisible. So now we have special effects layer. SFX. Now we're going to take, I think I'm going to sample. It's too dark. That color blue. We'll do that color blue. And we will do I gotta figure that property out. Arrow. Lasso. Should be in properties. Maybe if I double click this bad boy. No, there's some lasso setting that's really pissing me off. Anyway, all right, so we're gonna do that. And was the background taken as a picture or drawn? I don't know what Odie's process is. I don't know how much of it is. If it's all drawn, I have no idea. No idea. Okay, so we're gonna grab a piece like that. We'll subtract. Liam has his mother on his show. Whoa. Yeah, Odie is very, very good. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go and 30%, 20% opacity. So in this respect, black is erase, and the color that I'm screening in is going to be, you know, the opposite of that. So %40 is way too much. We're going to go down to 10. We'll just take the sharpness down in with black. Just want a couple of shapes. Let's see, is that the front foot or the back foot? So this side counter posture, this is his front leg. So a little bit of to show he has a chest. Yeah. Most of that's going to get lost in print. So, all right. All right, so we're going to render Felix's face here. So we're going to go to our shadow shapes. And first thing we're going to do, when I render skin, right, first thing I do is I figure out what the light source is at by looking at the rendering. So looking at his hoodie here, I see a shadow. Crosshatches mean gray, which mean lack of light. So there's shadow going this way. There's also a little bit of undershadow under his chin. So the light source is literally right about here coming down across them. So that means I'm going to be lighting from the right. So first off, we're going to start building out some shadows. And Axel's arm's right there, and it's part of the mask, so this makes it a little bit trickier. It can't be as loosey-goosey with my selections. I could separate them out, but I don't want to. More trouble than it's worth. Okay, so I'm going to fill that. And then I'm going to take my deep shadow and I'm going to brush in some of this reddish tone. Cool. And now I'm going to get a little tiny shadow shape right here. One here, the back. Fill the, oop, wrong layer, right there. Fill that. Then I'm going to work my way up. Grab a little piece there. Take that out of that. Subtract. And we're going to work our way up the side of the ear a little bit. Grab a little piece like that. Looks like we got lights coming that way. So grab a little tiny piece of hair there, and that one will be defined. Hair. That's broken. That. Stay on the left side. Push that a little further. A little closer. Hair is not a perfect thing, so there's odd little curves to it. A lot of this is going to get merged into other tones, so okay. So that's the hair. We're going to fill. Yep. All right. Next, we're going to go ahead and add. It's going to eat up a lot of those. We're going to subtract out right underneath the eye right there. Give a little piece of shadow right there. Maybe a little piece right there. Fill that. Okay, a little piece there. Thanks, man. Okay, because our light source is up here, we're gonna go ahead and connect a little shadow shape with the nose. Like that. We'll go ahead and do a fill. And now the underside of the nose is in shadow. So we're gonna do this. Do that. Cut like this. Maybe make that a little bit more shallow. Like that. And now we're going to fill that. And then we're going to cast a shadow from the nose onto the lip. We're going to fill that. Then we're going to zoom his mouth. Run down the side. Little tiny bit of shadow there. Fill that. We need to build out a little bit more of an arc. Better. All right, so now we got a shadow shape underneath the lips right here. Fill that. Make a selection across the lip. And then we're going to take a really soft brush, like 30%. We're just going to brush in a little bit of tone. Tiny bit. All right. Next, we're going to build out a little bit of a thing like that. And then we're going to come up the jawline a little bit. Okay, so we got some hard edges. Now we're going to blend. Oh, one more thing. So from up in the recess for the eye socket, we're going to follow this down. We're going to make a loop for the nostril. Make that a little more round. Yeah. Now with a soft brush at low opacity, we're going to brush in a little bit of tone. We want the soft here. We don't want it to be filled. We want it just a hint of an edge there. Now we're going to blend out some of these hard edges. Just some soft brush. I do want hard lines showing though. I do want some hard lines showing in certain places. Like we'll make it a little bit smoother down by the bottom of the chin, but I want some hard lines here. Blend up into the hair, onto the ear a little bit. Like that. All right, now we're going to take some of this deep shadow. And we're going to oh, hey, what's up, Sim? Tales from the Natverse is already 39%. Dude, congrats, brother. Yeah, dude, I've been fucking so busy all day. I haven't really been on any social media or turn my layers off. All right, so we're gonna add a little bit of deep shadow here. We're gonna add a little bit of deep shadow tone right there. And then the underside of the nose, we're gonna not make and match up our selection exactly. We're gonna leave space here. Maybe go up a little higher there. And I don't want it to be equidistant. I want it to be a little bit different. Now, with the deep shadow tone, I'm gonna fill a soft gradient. Then I'm gonna get some reflected light. Going to reflect a little bit of tone in here like that. And then in here, yeah, that's about right. Gonna get some deep shadow. And reflect a little bit of light on the rim there. All right. Now for highlights. I'm gonna put a little bitty highlight right here. All right, let's go up to the eye here. We're gonna make a couple little selections right here. We're gonna swipe down across them. Those little wrinkles face up towards the light source a little bit. Like that. And now, the cheek shape, upper cheekbone shape, looks like, shaped like that. Take a big soft brush, and we're gonna swipe across it. We're gonna look at it. You can take that. And we're going to get a little smaller, stay closer to the top. This is how I stack cuts and grads. I'm going to swipe across the middle of it. I'm going to get a little smaller, favor the top. Each time, a reduced size of the original shape. And I'm maybe giving a little bit more value each time than the last one. And then specular highlight. And now, we'll switch to black. We're just going to shape some of those cuts. They blend just a little bit more. Now, the lip plane right here. So if you look at the face, you've got a downward shape, a downward facing plane, shadow, light, shadow, light, shadow, light. So we've got light. There's shadow right here where the cheekbone rounds. Another shape right here. Little bean-shaped football shape. We'll push that over right there. We're going to favor up near the nose. Now we're going to make another sequential shape, a little bit smaller, favoring the top edge. Another sequential shape. Then I'm going to blend this line out just a little bit. It's a little too strong. There, that's about right. Same thing. Now this right here, this is known as Da Vinci's, or Rembrandt's triangle. This is a light piece that shows up when the light source is this way. The nose scrims off light. You end up with this little keystone shape of light right there. That's referred to as Rembrandt's triangle. Look it up, Google it, it's the thing. So you can reasonably assume that depending on how high your light source is and where on the hemisphere of the head it hits, how strong that triangle is going to be. So we're going to assume that it's going to be reasonably sized. On the highlights there, we're going to make a selection that kind of looks like that. It's going to be a little bit rounded going towards the nose. Something like that. And now I'm paint a little highlight. And do the same thing we did on the other side. Maintaining consistency with the original shape. Favoring the top, because this is long and this gets shorter and more shallow as we move up towards the eye. A little bit shorter, a little bit more shallow. Still maintaining an echo of the original shape. Now, the lip piece on the other side. It's going to be a much more narrow bean shape. Probably position that right about there. I'm going to favor the top edge. Good night, buddy. Wanted to drop by and say hi. Appreciate you, Sim. Thanks, man. Congrats on your opener, dude. All right. I mean, we're not going to go into so much detail right there because it's so much more of a shallow object. And we're just going to trace away a little tiny bit of the steppings, just so it's, because I want those step lines to show. That's kind of part of my style. I want the step lines to show the stacking grads, but I want them to be more subtle. So at scale, you see them. They're not intrusive to the shape. I don't want them to intrude on the shape to the point where you notice them too much. I want them to feel like flavor. So we're going to get a little highlight piece there. We're going to grab... Actually, we're going to do those separate. Put a little tiny highlight there. Good. Now let's grab the barrel of the nose like that, shaped like that. We're going to start at the top edge and we're going to highlight across like that. Just a little piece. Now we're going to make this odd shape like this because we're assuming that as it rounds over the top of the nose that less light hits it, more light still hits on the top because you got a plane on the top there. We're still trying to maintain that it's organically shaped. And then we're going to do one more selection here. It's going to be more of a specular highlight. Now we're going to do the same thing since the lighting's coming from the same direction. Stack up our shapes. And specular highlight. And now we're going to make a wide selection in the middle of the nose, and we're just going to swipe across. Mother frick. There. Get that right back, kind of in the middle. Get my brush. Do a little grad swipe there. This brush smaller. And then tiny little narrow selection for our specular highlight. Like that. And now since the plane of the lip is facing up towards the light source, we're going to make this kind of a selected shape like that on only half of the lip because the other part is rounded away from the light source, we can assume. We're going to do this right here. We're going to make another selection that's smaller. Do that again. Another selection. Another specular highlight. Like that. And that's how I render skin. On the face. Well, we could stand to put some highlights here on the ear. And maybe a little piece right here. Maybe a little piece right there. A little piece on the top here. We'll get them all at once. Yeah, just a little flavor there. Go ahead and do this mouth. All right, want to be about up there. Okay. Again, our light source is up and away, so we're gonna make a selection that kind of looks like that. Where are we at? We go in multiply mode. Makes sense. Hit save. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to delete all of the stuff we did to Axel's arm while we were rendering Felix's face. So we just quite literally need to just select his arm to kill any overspray that might have occurred. I'm going to fill that in with background tone. And so we fill with black on the masks. Boom. All gone. Okay. So now let's take a look. He has a totally different light source, but light source is coming from over here because of the cast shadow onto his shoulder from his head. So we've got an under shadow there, shadowed cast from the head there, a little bit of shadow, a little diffused lighting left side of the bicep. So we're quite literally we know exactly where our light source is at. All right, so now all we need to do is express it with anatomy. So because the underside of the palm is shielded by the thumb, you have a shadow shape here. Like that. And okay, underside of the arm again. We're gonna cut in. Little shadow shape there. Gotta be careful around this border. And the tank top is going to cast a little tiny bit of a shadow. And we're going to grab that shape. Grab a little piece there. Piece there. Just going to be initial shadow shapes. Curve of the ear. We have a little tiny bit right there. I'm not going to do that whole thing yet because we're going to do that sequentially. All right, let's just get a fill here and kind of get an idea where we're at. All right. Cool. Now we're going to leave that selected. Oh, actually, you know what? We didn't get the underside of this finger. Make it go down into the palm a little bit. Boom. Now we're going to leave that selected. We're going to make sequential selection and connect those two together. Connect part of the palm together. Come down, grab a little shape here. More of the thumb. Go up onto the thumb. Like that. Yep. I'm going to grab. Okay. Build out a little bit more here. Kind of follow the rendering a little tighter now that we're got our initial fill done. right. So I'm gonna make a little shape that's like that. We're gonna be sculpting a lot of this. Yo, what's up, Ace? How you doing, brother? All right. We'll do the hand last. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a soft brush. 60% flow is good. I do need to add more here, to be honest. Yeah. All right. Oh, it's in multiply. I'm like, why the fuck is it not doing anything? There we go. So we don't want it to be fully opaque. We just want to build up some value here. We still want to see the lines between where we laid down our initial shadow shape. We're going here. All right. Let's go 30%. We're going to blend a little tiny bit here. Just so our terminating lines are a little softer. All right. So now on this hand here, underside of the fingers, you know, one could say that you're getting reflected light. Kind of a wedge shape like that. This top of the thumb, inside of the finger. All right. And since the face is so small, we're going to keep it simple here. Make a little shadow halo for the hair. Do a couple jagged selections here in the middle. Maybe one little piece like that. It's not really important to be precise at that. All right, so this side of the head, we're gonna do this. That's kind of all you need with that. All right. Special effects layer. Let's go. Because the water is reflecting light from the ground back up into the underside of the folds of his pants, his pantalones, and ooh, too sharp. Yeah. And then we could reasonably say a little piece like that. Okay, I'm back. Some guy was trolling the Discord server. I was like, uh-oh. So there you go. Just a little flavor to define the shape and some of the folds. It's supposed to be kind of silhouetted, I think. But, you know, just a taste, just a touch. Just a little bit, a little something, something. A little something, something. And because Axel is a fucking total Chad. That's way too far over. And Liam's now showing the shootings with Micah and Tug. Oof. You best be careful. We're just gonna swipe right there. Selection's not right. Transform selection. Boom. I just need that'll work. That'll work. That'll work in a pinch. Okay. So now we need to go and give some deep shadows. in certain places. Okay, now we need a couple highlights. So we're gonna have, start with the hand here. We're gonna have a plane here. It's gonna give us a highlight. This side of this knuckle should give us a highlight. Top of the fingertip there. And do a little strip highlight here. Too much. Let's see, 20%. Then we're going to put a thin band in the middle of it. That. I kind of want to shape this a little bit more. Oh, hello. Wrong keystroke. Fine. And we can get a little bean-shaped rim light. Same sort of thing. Little highlight there. Rim light. Okay. Let's go ahead and we didn't do his eyes. Have you thought of adding highlights to Axel's shirt to make the abs pop out? See, the thing is, I don't want to go too crazy with adding extra things that Odie didn't put there. You know what I mean? Like, at times I have, but like this kind of thing, he's wearing a black shirt. So even showing the chest here a little bit is kind of pushing it. How specific and defined I would have to do the abs, it would, I think, at this scale, because I mean, if we're looking at comic book size page, about that scale, the abs would be distracting. But I have thought of that. I have thought of that. Like, I just wanted to show some wrinkles, some, you know, some highlights in the pants and stuff, reflections and whatnot, since they are so black and the shapes weren't very well defined. But your point is well taken, sir. Contiguous selection. Let's get that color. Now we're going to about 40%. We're going to go multiply. We're going to multiply around the top edges. Give it a little bit of shape. And then here's how we make our money. Ready? So we make our money. We go like this. Linear dodge. And give it a little boop. Give it some boop. What linear dodge does, it makes it look like fucking glass. Let's do that again. That eye is rather dark, so we're gonna juice that up quite a lot. We're not gonna add any more value to it. What we are gonna do, I'm gonna sample that color. We're gonna boop the fuck out of it. Not a highlight there. This is gonna turn like a glorious purplish pink color. Make his eyes glow like fire. Do the same thing here. And this, we're not going to boop it quite so much because the eyes are so small. We will. Give him the eye of the tiger. It's the eye of the tiger and Axel's ready to fight. Now, I don't quite understand why Odie made this part have so much value. Makes it difficult to color here. So here, let's figure this out real quick. All right. Odie loves his cross-hatching. You're not kidding, brother. Yep. Let's see. Quick bleed. Big chunky. Yeah, all the way that's big chunky. Big chungus. We'll do this one. All right. Let's see what we got here. Uh, 40%. That is because he's giving you a challenge in comic books. That's right. We're going to go 100%. Thanks for the link, Sir Felix. Appreciate you. Brighten up this value a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna think about that a little bit. We're gonna go back over here and we're gonna work on this real quick. We'll work on this because I need to think. I need to do a little bit of thinking right there, and I'll render whilst I think. That's what everything looks like without its line art. Crazy, huh? Let's see. We're gonna get soft round. Let's get that on another layer. All right. We're gonna multiply mode. And let's make some selections. All right, so we've already indicated we've got an upper right light source. We can tell by the cast shadow there. So our first step is going to grab shadow shape right there. Maybe one of our darkest values. Shadow shape there. There's a piece. Probably something like that. Okay, what are we at? 100%. Let's go down about 40. Give that a lot of value. Let's add to that a little bit. A little less. Grab the rest of that shadow. Like an angled gradient. All right. Okay, so we got our initial tone in there. Now I need to get a texture brush. And we are going to lay in some more value. That is normal mode. Let's multiply. This is Felix's hoodie texture. Kind of sculpting the shape of the hoodie. And now I'm going to go to screen mode. Come right over the top of it. Some highlights. 100%. Go 40. There. Feels right. And backpack time. Do a couple of linear shapes. You know, soft round in multiply mode. I don't like that piece right there. Yeah. Want to be more flavor. Axel's hair highlights are supposed to be this purple color. All right, multiply. It's just going to be subtle. Okay. All right. Let's think about this. All right. I think we have an idea what we want to do here. I'm going to lay in some shadow shapes. All right, a lot of value. Now, here's where the real money's made. That side should be facing the light source a little bit. flavor. Could even say, could even make a case for right here as well. Yeah, I don't want to overdo it. I think we're good. Let's see. Let's take a look at this. All right. The only thing that it needs a Felix background here. All right. Now we need linear dodge. So brighten up that spot behind his arm. Give a little bit of focus towards the cast off of this coat. It's kind of the whole, that's the Chad moment in the fucking whole thing. Yeah, boys, I'm gonna call this one done. Well, you know what I could do? A little bit of wetness down there. A little bit of blue reflecting off that beige, or not beige, that concrete color. All right, let's do a comp. Let's do a comparison here. We'll do a comparison between the line art and the colored version. I like to do that at the end of the pages a lot of times. Because I end up seeing things that I want to change. I think that's a wrap. Looking at it on a big screen above. Thanks, man. I think we're good here. I think we're good here. So we got hyper contrast. All the characters are fully colored. Felix's face, eyes, hair, backpack, hoodie, tongue. So we going till 4? Nah, I gotta cut it off. I gotta cut it off. It's what? It's almost 2:30. So close to thereabouts 2:30. I'll cut it. Stop stressing me out with that background. What did I? I'm sorry. Explain what did I do? Did I do something bad? Guy from Red Bank. Did I do something bad? I'm sorry. Oh, good. Oh, good. Yeah, I mean, worried there for a second. I'm like, oh no. And we added a bunch of highlights to Axel's face just to bring in the reflected light a little bit. We put a lot of blue reflected light into his face. I mean, you could do without it, but the blue adds a little bit of flavor. A little bit of extra. A little bit extra. And all the skin rendering, the cuts and the grads. We got cuts, we got grads. We got cuts, we got stacking cuts and grads. We've got cuts and grads in the face. Look how sharp those cuts are. That's the mystery, man. That's the magic. That's the secret sauce. Secret sauce is being able to cut that sharp, but at scale, have it look natural. So like when I see other colors, I can tell colors that aren't really comfortable with where light goes, because you'll see a lot of soft airbrush. Everything's soft. Granted, I'm putting more detail into my faces than a lot of the fucking mainstream comic pros do, because they're you know, they're whipping pages out like they don't have the time to fucking slice up into, you know, specific planes and stuff like that. I don't really either, but I do. I do it anyway because it's important to me. And I like it to feel real, like a little realism in there, even though it's a cartoon. You know, I like to, you know, break the face down into planes and understand where the light actually goes and how light reflects and add different colors in there. But let's see, and then we put all those reflection shapes, cuts into the pant leg. As you can see up close, they're not exact. They're a little warbly, but that's how fabric is. When you zoom out, they look like they're supposed to be there, but in fact, they're not. So there it is. That's a wrap. I'm gonna end for the night. Whoa. Didn't mean to do that. Just like fucking boom, gone. Nah, I was gonna go. Appreciate you. Thank you guys for hanging out. You guys are great. Let's give you some applause. Appreciate all you guys for hanging out. And thank you for being here. And if you're not subscribed, smash the subscribe button, right? We're trying to get monetized here. I'm monetized on Twitch. I'm an affiliate on Twitch. Was real close to partnership. Would love to get monetized on YouTube so that I can stream in 2 places and, you know, be able to earn beer money, whatever. But yeah, so if you haven't subscribed yet, appreciate it. Smash the like button, share it around, tell people about it. And then also Saturday morning, as a warm up, I installed a brand new Minecraft server. So I've been playing through Sky Factory 4. A couple hours there just to get warmed up in Saturday morning. Then I go right into coloring. And then Sunday morning, I have a colorist Gab and Collab show that I'm doing with a bunch of other colorists. We're covering how to color comics starting from the very beginning all the way through. It's going to be an episodic series. We did episode 1 last week, and it was all on what resolution to use, what programs we all use, how we set up a comic page to get it ready to print. Or not to print, but to get it ready to color. Because if you don't have a good starting point, you're not going to have a good end point. And if you don't know how to take digital art and work at the right resolution and provide somebody with a finished, flattened CMYK TIFF file or PSD, whatever they're requesting, you're not going to be able to do sequential art. You won't be able to, because you will give unusable art. You might be able to make some cool stuff that looks nice on Twitter, but if it's not able to be printed, you can make some digital commission money, but not sequential work. So we're trying to train up some more colorists and teach people our ways and stuff like that. So I'm doing a collaborative show and having everybody get together on a panel and talk about coloring. So this week coming up is going to be all about flatting, how to properly flat a page. And we've got a couple people who use Clip Studio, a couple people who use Photoshop, one person who uses Krita. Krita is a free program, free photo editor, and I use Procreate. So I'm going to see if the guys will want to demo how they go about flatting a page in each one of those programs. Get a volunteer to do a couple pieces on how to flat. That way, choose your weapon of choice. Learn how to do it in multiple programs. So, and then the week following after that is probably going to be beginning rendering, picking a rendering style, talking about the different rendering styles. Cut and grads, cell shading, painterly, the hybrid styles between all of those. What style works for what type of art, and maybe how to go about doing it. A couple techniques maybe. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna get out of here. Appreciate you guys. Hope you have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Later.